Here, we're going to demonstrate our anaerobic baffled reactor as shown in these 3 separate tanks connected by PVC pipe. As water flows in through the inlet pipe, it'll flow into the first tank, where particulate matter in the water will settle as water sits in this tank. As that particulate matter settles, as you can see here, that the bacterial culture will start to form at the bottom where this particulate matter sludge exists. As you've seen, the PVC pipes in each of these tanks extends all the way to the bottom, so that input water has as much contact as possible with the sludge at the bottom formed by the bacterial culture. In our anaerobic baffled reactor, the bacteria is actually coming from the input water itself. As the particulate matter in the input water settles in each of our 3 separate tanks, it'll form a bacterial sort of flora, which will then act as the treatment system for future input water, so that bacteria in that water is eliminated as it flows through each of the tanks. Once the water is done flowing through each of the tanks, it'll then exit through the discharge pipe to go to our aerobic reactor. After our water flows out of our anaerobic tank, it will then flow into the second stage of our treatment process, which is our aerobic tank. After flowing through our inlet pipe, it'll then flow to our trickling filter, which are small perforations along the bottom of our filter, which will allow the water to spread evenly throughout the gravel. It will then drop about 1 foot of air into the gravel, which is acting as a substrate for our aerobic bacteria. The rough edges of our small gravel on top, which is less than 10 millimeters in diameter, down to the larger gravel at the bottom, which has rocks of greater than 10 millimeters in diameter, will act as host to many aerobic bacteria, which will live along the rough edges and be able to treat the water as it drips down through the gravel and eventually exits through our discharge pipe.